Where we going now? What we doing?
We have our 32 and 30.
32 and 32. Jordan Akins. Hey, you know what? We just talked about Jordan Akins, and Zach talked about him being a probable upgrade. I think, Tyvis, a lot of people feel like because they got Deshaun Watson, that they're not going to be running the ball underneath center, and they're not going to use the tight ends like they used to. I disagree. You're going to see shotgun with 2 tight ends, shotgun with 2 or 3 tight ends, and they still run the same concepts out of that. And when you're doing that, you got a guy like Jordan Akins, who I think is an upgrade. What are your thoughts on him possibly being, a really bigger part that people give him credit for?
Well, I think that when you look at David Njoku, I mean, this is the guy who, he does have injury issues. And I think last year before he got injured, he was trending to have a really good season. His injury kind of held him back, especially from, just a season that he was having. He was productive. He was scoring in the red zone. He was making those plays. He was really big on those 7 cuts, as we seen in them clips, that he's still wide open on them 7 cuts, which he's been in the league for like 5 years. If you don't know that David Njoku is running the 7 cut, then you're sadly mistaken. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just the guy that's just on the outside looking in. But I think Jordan.
You're not angry about that, are
Not
you?
at all. Not at all. But Jordan is the guy that, he's familiar with Deshaun, and he could be a huge red zone threat as well. If David Njoku does go down, it's not like, oh my goodness, we can't run certain things anymore. He still is able to stretch the field a little bit. Not saying that he's a burner or anything like that. He just has the ability to get open, and the guy can jump. The guy was a former basketball player. So when you get down into the red zone, and you know how Kevin Stefanski is with these tight ends, he loves getting them involved, especially down in those red zones. He will be a logical option for you in the red zone to be able to score and make plays and still do the things that David Njoku could do if he wasn't available.
I think we're done with the 3 tight end sets, thankfully.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but 12, I could definitely see 12
sure.
personnel.
Yes.
12 personnel, one running back, 2 tight ends.
Goal line, short yardage.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And, I was actually, I really was curious about how Zach felt about Harrison Bryant versus Akins, because I think there's only room for one of them, really.
Trade candidate. Harrison Bryant will be a great trade candidate towards the end of preseason.
Camp?
Yeah.
Preseason.
Yeah. Because he's going to go out there. They're praying that he's able to really make some plays.
something on
and then,
film.
boom, somebody's like, we need a tight end. He'll be perfect.
And that makes sense because, like I said, they're not carrying 3. I could see them doing 2. But, Akins is here because Deshaun wants him, right? Like that Deshaun, that was a clear go out and get him. I like that guy. So that if he's going to be on the field, there's a reason that Deshaun's going to look his way. So I do think that there's a role for him, but I don't think it's both him and Harry. It's going to have to be one or the other, and it seems pretty clear at this point. It's going to be Akins. So there is going to be opportunities for him. There's always the threat to injuries with Njoku and everything else. So right now, I think it's a small role with the opportunity to grow to something bigger for Jordan Akins.
Yeah, I like the fact that if you got 2 receiving tight ends, I like the fact that you can mold and move your offense a little bit. Like, you don't need 4 or 5 receivers to still run some of those same concepts. Like, especially if you got an athletic tight end like Njoku and Akins, you could isolate linebackers, you can isolate safeties, and you could play ball that way. I like to be versatile in my threats downfield. And I think when you got 2 tight ends like that, you still have a threat to run the football. You still can be physical, but you still can throw the football. So, I look at the offense, and if, say, for instance, Marquise Goodwin is not a part of the offense because he's out for the season or out for a sustained period of time, you can still run some of your concepts and you can still have deep threats, but you just have to threaten the field from different perspectives. Maybe that's in the seam with tight ends or in the seam with Elijah Moore. Those are things that you can do. But I do think Akins is going to play a major part in this offense. I think he's going to be the second tight end. I think that he's going to be a guy on the goal line where we're going to see some exotic packages on the goal line. He'll be a part of them. And it's just another place where you can get athleticism and keep guys honest in the red zone. Now, I will say this. I thought Zach Jackson he hit the nail on the head when he was like, the Marquise Goodwin thing, that kind of hurts. I mean, because we saw him catch a couple of balls in OTA for touchdowns. And that's one of the things the Browns have always been wanting. That's why they went out and got Schwartz. And, he's not playing. He has an opportunity to come back. I think he has a hamstring or something, but that's the one dynamic they are missing from this offense.
Well, the difference between Marquise and Anthony is Marquise actually catches the ball. If he
kind of important,
a big part of it. But the thing is, he would stretch the field in that Olympic speed. Like I told you, I went against Marquise, so I know from experience, like it's serious, it's real when he out there. So as a safety or as a defender, you got to be weary of where he's at. Like, where is Marquise at? Especially if he's lined up and he's on the ball or he going deep. That's what that tells me. So, yeah, he's definitely going to be missing. They got to find a way to get somebody going. Hopefully, Anthony Schwartz been on the jugs this whole offseason and, he's able to come in and catch. But I did have a miscellaneous thing that I wanted to talk about since we was talking about tight ends. And it had to do with that clip. Show me that Njoku catch again. This seven cut. So I'm watching. So yesterday, as I was telling you, I was on YouTube just watching Jim Schwartz's defense, and the defensive tackle thing really stuck out to me because he was basically saying that these defensive tackles have to be able to pretty much take on two blockers. They gotta be lined up over one, and they're going wherever the run is going. They have to reach the guard and keep the guard off of the linebackers. Which is the same thing that happened last year, where I was like, if these defensive tackles don't get blown off the ball, then these linebackers are free to make plays. So it's Jim Schwartz is coming in with a new voice, but it's still the same type of concepts that we just got rid of with what's his name? What's my dude? Joe Woods. So it's literally about the same concepts. It's gonna be the same thing. So that's why I was interested about the defensive tackle position, because I'm like, if our defensive tackles don't fix it what they did last year, then it's still gonna be the same results. But that has nothing to do with this 7 cut. So the reason that this 7 cut is important to me is because I challenged Grant Delpit to have a good year. Why was the Eagles successful? They had Malcolm Jenkins, and Grant Delpit is basically gonna be that Malcolm Jenkins on our defense. That down box safety that can cover really well, that's not afraid to come up and make plays, that can buzz really well. Well, when I go back, let me see that clip one more time. When I go back and I see this clip, it's like I'm looking at 22. You can't really see him in this. You can't really see him, but he was the one buzzing.
Pulled up.
Yeah. So my thing is, as I was watching the clip, and don't get me wrong, I don't got the whole formation and I can't see the whole thing. I can only see this little clip. And my thing is, if you're a buzz player and you see 2 going up, like that's who you really gonna end up having anyway. So he got to do a better job of getting to his landmarks, flipping his hip, and he got to be able to put air under that ball. See, that is a dart that Deshaun is throwing right there. So there's no way that anybody, corner or whoever it could be, make a play on this ball because he's throwing him a dart. So Grant Delpit, and the other clip, let me see the other clip too. The other clip, this one ain't fair because I don't know where this dude came from. I don't know if he did an over route or if this was another 7 cut. But if this was another 7 cut, he got to figure it out because Delpit really is going to be a huge part of this defense. And obviously the 7 cut is going to be the weakness because you want to high-low your buzz player. So he's got to find a way to play everything from deep to short, and he's got to be very effective. So Delpit, baby, this is your contract year. You got to figure it out. There's 2 of them right there. Like I said, I don't know the whole thing of it, so I'm not going to judge you off of it. But what I will say is you got to be able to play that buzz better because you're going to get them 7 cuts and them over routes, especially if y'all in cover 3 and y'all a heavy cover 3 team. So you got to find a way to play that technique better, play everything deep to short, let them hit the flats, rally up, make the tackle, and live to see another down. But if you give up them 7 cuts for 12, 15-yard gains, now they're getting down the field crazy, and it's going to look bad.
Man, it's something that irks me. It gets inside of my spine, and my legs get numb. I just hate seeing DBs do this, and the ball go over their head, and they put their heads down and start flailing like little kids trying to tag the bro. That was your man. We see it because you got the little kid arms. He hit him with he was like, oh yeah, I'm in position now, and he 5 yards behind me.
I'm just looking at it and I'm like,
what are you doing?
Like, if you, I know you're not a man because if you're a man, then your man technique was terrible to begin with. So I know you buzzing, and buzzing, buzzers is 8 to 10 yards to and through the numbers. and you got to flip your hips when you get because they trying to high-low you. The defenders want to high. They're going to throw something behind you, and they're going to throw the running back in the flats. And if you bite the flats, obviously they're going to hit behind you. So your job is to play everything deep to shorts. And right now, his hips just seem like it's not – he not flipping them hips good enough and getting that depth. You got to get that depth to make them throw the underneath ball. If you keep giving up that 7-cut, they're going to eat that all day long, especially if you're going up against some of these top tight ends in the league.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is the thing, and I want to preface this. When you look at Jim Schwartz defenses, the one thing that you're gonna do is you will get angry. The whole goal is to get these guys to get pressure on the quarterback with 4, but you're gonna see a lot of times people catch the ball and it'll be like 5 yards. They're gonna give you cushion. They want you to matriculate. They're gonna make them matriculate up the field, and people be. Because I'm going to be like, all right, man, if you don't get home right here, it could be. I was looking at the Eagles. Some of the Eagles people was talking about it. It's like, go back and watch some of them games. It looks beautiful when people was getting home.
Yeah.
But if ain't nobody getting home.
Oh, yeah. Your secondary got to be really good.
5, 7, 9, 4, 3,
and
6.
It's going to be a huge test. The secondary going to have to come to play. And don't get me wrong, the linebackers will too, because if they in cover 3, they're responsible for those hooks and some of them over routes as well. So you praying to God that forward pressure get home. If it don't, the secondary got to make their money. It's been too many years that we said that these guys is talented. They got these first-round picks. They got guys that's productive. But they got to put the whole thing together if they want this defense to ride. It can't just be solely on the pass rush. Yes, that's a huge part of it. Yes, we're going to be rushing the passers with just 4, and these guys are really great with pass rushing moves. But at the end of the day, when the ball goes up in the air, it's up to the secondary to make the play.
Tyrus, do you see, to me, it just seems sometimes when I watch our secondary that do they take enough chances? Like as a DB, sometimes you guess it.
Well, I mean,
sometimes,
you don't want to be Trayvon Diggs, where you're just guessing all the time. But it comes from proper preparation. If you watching film and you see it and you believe it, and you can come back to your coach and say, listen, 3-by-1, when they come out and the running back's away, this is typically the route set that they run. This is the concept that they run. This is what I thought they was getting. When I watch film and they went up against our type of defense, I don't know who runs what we run, say the Saints ran this. They ran this against the Saints, and this was the play that they ran on this 3rd and long. I thought this is what we was getting. And that coach would be like, oh, I get that. That makes sense. But if you coming out there saying, I just wanted to do it because I thought that's totally different.
How many times is that the answer?
Never. It better not be. Okay. It better not be the answer.
Can you what if you trying to jump something? They be like, no, I seen that. Like it just seems like our guys are super uber. They're like, I'm not trying to get beat. I'm a rally and tackle.
Well, see, the only person that challenges was 2 people that challenge. Martin Emerson challenges and Denzel challenges. G. New has been the one that's been kind of said that's why he got no picks because he ain't taking no chances. Mm-hmm. At some point, you gotta if you see it and you believe it, you gotta just go. And if you get it wrong, now that you got Juan Thornhill back there, this is the time to take a chance. If you trust that Juan is a good tackler and gonna get something down, it's okay to roll the dice a couple of times. The bigger the risk, the bigger the check, though.
Man, all them. Listen, I'm playing the sticks.
If I'm on the sticks, I'm not moving. I'm gonna tell you. If it's 3rd and 10 or 3rd, I'm sitting there 12 yards at the line, at the stick, and he gonna curl up right in front of me. It's gonna happen.
There was also a play on the goal line where who ran this move? It might have been DPJ. Now he got a split, right? So his split is so narrow. And he's playing close he's almost by the tight end.
Yeah, they do that to make sure you don't press.
And so my thing is, if you're the corner, you know he got to come back to. Why you not sitting on something over the sideline?
Listen, depending on what the call is, because Jim Schwartz on first through second down, he is a heavy cover 1, cover 3, which is same thing we've been running anyways. But 3rd down, depending on the down and distance, he runs a lot of cover 2. I know this because my boy Greg Maben played for Tennessee last year. Obviously he was there, so I got all the. Shout out to you, babe. Good luck to you in camp in Carolina because it's coming up soon. But anyways, so if it's a third cover 3 call, let's say that the receivers line up close to the tight end, it's cover 3. I'm not really worried about any outward breaking route because that's what your buzz player is for. If he's lined up that close, your buzzer should be right there running through him, reroute, and he should be outside. So if they give you that bang out, you should be right there. If he runs a dig, your linebacker should be right there. So really, you just over the top of any deep thing. So I don't know why people be so nervous over these reduced splits.
If y'all want to keep giving Tyvis information, keep doing that so we can steal your playbook and then choreograph it and put it on UCSS, man. Anthony, what's next?
I have to get my whiteboard out. Hey, the whiteboard coming soon. We'll draw some stuff up.
You should be a coach.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
Hey, they don't pay you enough and you be moving too much.
Nah, I don't mind. The coaching thing is that is true, that because if your head coach get fired, you all get fired. Too. So that's one.
Yep.
And two, a lot of these kids they think they know everything. They don't really want to listen, and they don't love the game. Like if you're not gonna put in the proper time to watch tape, like if I'm gonna watch all this tape as a coach and I can tell you everything that's coming, but you don't take the time out to do it yourself,
and y'all got the same mind,
like it's pointless. Like I can tell you everything in the world, but I'm not playing. Like I'm not out there anymore. It's up to you to be the one. You the one that want to get paid, and my job is to help you get in position to get paid. I can't make the play for you. I can tell you what's coming, but I can't make you have that play. I can't teach you confidence either. Like if you believe in it, if you see it, go do it. It's there. Trust me. It is exactly what you think it is. Just do it, and then boom, reward yourself. But a lot of people get timid out there. They don't want to get beat. So I'm not going for all that. I'm not telling you to jump the route. I'm telling you if you know it, if you've seen it on film, it's probably what you think it is.
That's what he's saying. Tyvis says jump routes, forget what you
I ain't telling you to jump no route. Because you'll get double. I tell you what I will say is with this, if the pass rush is as really good as they say it is, you might be more lenient to jumping routes because they ain't got time to run double moves.
No, ain't no double moves coming. I was Miles Garrett up there. Like I'm jumping.
That's what I'm saying. If Miles is having that one of them type of years and this D-line is having them type of years, yeah, jump a route.